we'll use one SD card as the hard disk. I'll be using one 8 GB SD card as my hard disk. I'll install one Linux distro, small Linux distro that is only about 1.8 GB on this Raspberry Pi, and I'll install Squid on it. Okay, to install this Linux we first need to format our SD card. For that I'm using this SD formatter. The link is in the description of this video. You can download it from there. We just need to select our drive, format, that's it. After the format is done, we'll have to write this image on the SD card. For that we'll be using this tool, Windows Disk Imager. We just have to select the disk image and just write it. This might take some time, so I'll cut this video here and I'll be back soon. Okay, so it took around 5 minutes to write the OS on the SD card. Now this OS doesn't have any GUI, so we'll not be using any monitor to configure this OS. The SSH is already enabled, so we'll directly connect through SSH and install the Squid web proxy server. I'll just take out the SD card and I'll connect this SD card to the Raspberry Pi. Okay, the Raspberry Pi is booted now. We'll use the SSH client putty to connect to Raspberry Pi. The default username in this OS is Pi and the password is RASPBERRY. Even though it's saying that there is a GUI in this OS, it's not there because it is trimmed down OS. First we'll update the repository. We'll run the command sudo apt-get update. Okay, the repository is now updated. Now we'll just run the command to install Squid 3 on this OS. Sudo apt-get install Squid 3. Oops. Press Y. Okay, so now Squid is installed and the service is also restarted. We just need to enable this proxy in our web browser. For that we just need to go to our web browser. If you are using Chrome, go to settings, just type proxy here in the search box. change proxy settings. Now this will open up the internet options that you'll get from Internet Explorer as well, because Chrome and Internet Explorer will use same proxy settings. Whatever changes in the proxy you'll do here will be reflected to Internet Explorer as well. We'll go to LAN settings, use a proxy server. We'll give the IP address of Raspberry Pi and the default port number of Squid. The default port number is 3128. Okay. You don't need to restart the browser, you can directly start using it. Now if you try to go to any of the websites, it will show you access denied, because right now in a Squid configuration nothing is enabled. All the traffics are getting denied. So in order to allow the traffics to go through proxy, we have to do some changes in the Squid configuration. For that we need to open Squid configuration file. We'll use nano text editor to open the file and make the changes. Now to do that we have to type the command sudo nano etc squid3 squid.conf. Now in order to make this work you have to do at least two changes. I'll show you what are these. To scroll down, just hit Ctrl V. You can see here for a page down the command is Ctrl V. So keep hitting Ctrl V till you reach this command, this configuration. Just remove this hash in front of this line. Hit Ctrl Y to go page up. So we'll enable and remove it from here as well. As we are using the network in 10.0.0.0 range, we will remove the hash from this line. If you are using 192.168 range, you need to remove the hash from here. That's it, these two settings. Just hit Ctrl O to save the file with the same name, Ctrl X to exit the nano. Now in order to make Squid take the changes, we have to restart the Squid service. To restart the Squid service, we have to run the command service squid3 restart. Okay, I forgot the sudo. Okay, now the Squid service restarted and the new configuration file is loaded into Squid. Now we should be able to browse. Okay, now websites are working fine. As we have enabled proxy, now the requests are first going to Raspberry Pi, and from Raspberry Pi, after checking the access control list and all the other rules, it's going to internet. Now how can we check whether this proxy is working or not? To check that, we need to see the logs of Squid. In order to see the logs of Squid, we have to run the command sudo tail space -f var log squid3 sys.log. This is the log file for all the access requests. Initially you'll see last 10 lines of these logs. As you will make the request in the web browser, these logs will start appending. We'll try Microsoft.com. As you'll start browsing, you'll see these logs getting generated.